There are many little secrets that you can use in your vivariums that allows you to create amazing designs like this woodland castle. All of this is done without the use of mods, so you can all do this including on console. I will talk about the building secrets first that allows us to create a great atmosphere and build. The first major issue we face when trying to build without mods is the building pieces don't tightly join together and there is large gaps between them. If you leave them like this, it ruins the look and it doesn't look complete and appears like random pieces are just lying around. As you can see with my castle build here, I use trees and shrubs to try and hide the obvious gaps in the pieces. If you do it correctly, it can look like a peaceful ancient building with no obvious gaps, and the trees and shrubs look like they belong, like they've been growing there for years. Firstly, I will show you how to build the large outer walls and towers. As you can see, I have used trees and bushes along the outer wall, and this is to cover up the gaps that we spoke about between the building pieces. There is no other way to build without gaps, as the game doesn't allow it at this stage. As you can see, when I remove the trees, the gaps between the pieces becomes really obvious. To build this for yourself, you want to use the tower and increase it to its largest size. Next, use the 3-meter high wall sections and again increasing it to larger size, and join it on the flat side, making sure that both sides are even on the tower. Then add a second wall piece to extend it. Now these big gaps ruin the look, and so we are going to cover them up. This part is your personal preference, but for the woodland castle, I prefer using the large tree to cover the vertical join lines. I think when the tree is smaller in size, it covers more of the gap as the branches spread out lower, whereas the large tree is all bare trunk. But if you mix them together, it looks more natural. Now I also use the shrub as it fits the biome and covers a large area that helps to cover the gaps down low. I just repeat this for all of the vertical gaps along the outer wall, and you will still see a gap after this, so I recommend repeating the process on the other side of the wall so the light isn't obviously seen through it. Now this section is complete and we want to build the archway entrance, so you use the archway building piece and make it into its largest size again to join tightly on the side of the tower. Then follow the same process to cover the join gaps. Now you've just completed your outer wall section and time to move inside. The next section I'll show you is the large archway that you can walk under and has a set of stairs to allow you to walk up on top of the wall. You want to join the two archways via the timber decking so the middle section is open and we connect the stairs and walls here. Sometimes lining this section up perfectly takes a little bit of time, but it's well worth the result. When placing the stairs, these almost connect perfectly with no gaps, which is a great bonus. We want one side with the handrail facing the front. Now on the open side of the stairs, we want to place archways as the wall. Sometimes the pieces don't clip straight in, but once you get one to fit correctly, most of the others will fit correctly straight after. We want to have the archways at double the thickness to add a nice wide walkway once we're up on top of the wall. As you can see here, it didn't clip in perfectly, but it doesn't take very long to get it correct. Sometimes the land we build on also isn't perfectly flat, and this makes the pieces sit a little high. But don't worry, to fix this, all you need to do is move the piece slightly off the high ground and realign all the other building pieces. But most of the time you don't even need to do this because you won't notice it. And now, as we did before, put some trees and shrubs in to cover those vertical join lines. And I like to use the hippogriff torches to frame the entranceway and really give it a nice feeling. Then to finish it off, use the cobblestone to make a nice clean walkway under the arch and to the other side. Now that's two of the most difficult parts done. As you can see, if we get the finer details done correctly, it really makes our build feel special and adds that large scale to it. I'll be showing a full walkthrough at the end of the video. A quick tip for cobblestone pathing is to use the options from the bottom two rows and not the top two, as the bottom two rows allow buildings on top of them and the top rows don't allow buildings on top of them as it takes up building space. So just in short, make your life easier, use the bottom two rows. See, if I place this here, it won't allow the pillar on top, whereas the ones from the bottom two rows on the way in allow a pillar to be built on top. The last little vivarium secret is how to get this great view from any of your creatures. It allows us to see different perspectives of our builds that we can't see from the ground. It is really simple to do. All you have to do is open up your settings and click down the bottom on the user interface options and toggle all of those settings to off. This will clear up your screen for a much better photo and view of the world. Next, just simply interact with one of your beasts. I prefer birds for that great high perspective, and press the button to hide the menu. On PlayStation, it's X. Now you have an amazing uninterrupted view of your beasts. I think this is great on small beasts as it adds a great impressive scale to the castle compared to the little jobber knoll. Even if the bird's not up in the air, you can still get good views. This is also a great view to use when playing with your beasts when using the toy box. Obviously this build uses a lot of moonstone, but luckily I've got another video already on my channel which shows you a quick farming method to get all the moonstone you'll ever need. Now I'll let you enjoy a look at the full woodland castle build from the air and from on foot. I hope you enjoyed the video and got some helpful information from it to build your very own creations. If you did enjoy, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing as it really helps my small channel out. Thank you all for watching.